Hello again, everyone. I have another section for my book talk. However, it's only going to be a partial one right now because I just really felt the need to share. And I will get through this entire book, but the section I'm going to read is from this book that I have right here called The Art of War and Other Classics of Eastern Philosophy. And the other classics of Eastern philosophy is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the section in this book that has the Dao De Jing. Now, for those of you who are wondering, what is the Dao De Jing? The Dao De Jing itself was a text that was written by a man named Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu translated as the Old Master, who lived in, they say, 6th century BC. However, many scholars and individuals have pondered, did he exist? Did he not exist? But no matter, the text is here, and it had a profound impact on China, Japan, many of the countries over in Asia. And as far as the text itself, the Dao De Jing, Dao means way, De means virtue, and Jing, I believe, means classic book or something of the sort. So the translation might go something like the book of the way of virtue, or the way of virtue. That's the best I can do. I need to study Chinese, but that's what I've got right now. Anyone knows, you can correct me. Now, the Tao itself, the Tao is said to be this life force or this energy, the natural force of life itself. You can't hold on to it, but yet it exists. Quite the contradiction. And there are many parts in the book that many people would find contradictory. For example, there are parts where it talks about flowing like water. But then there are parts that say, you need to take action and this is the way to do it. But despite those contradictions, there are many lessons in the book. In fact, I myself feel like I'm going to have to read this book at least 100 more times in order to figure it out. And some of those lessons are taking some time to pull back, living life simply, not fighting against life, acceptance when it comes to the terrible aspects that might be in our lives, the good aspects that are in our life, the cycle of birth and death, things of that sort. It discusses things like virtues when it comes to like honesty and caring and not forcing your order onto other people. It's very cool. There's an interesting section in the book about leadership, but I'll mention that at another time. There's so much to get from it, and it seems like everyone I've ever talked to gets something different from the text. However, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read a short passage that I really liked from it called Return to Simplicity. So I'm going to get to that page real quick. Believe it's page 214 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, here we go. There it is. Returning to simplicity. Who knows his manhood's strength, yet still his female feebleness maintains? As to one channel flow the many drains, all come to him, yea, all beneath the sky. Thus he the constant excellence retains, the simple child again, free from all stains. Who knows how white attracts, yet always keeps himself within black's shade. The pattern of humility displayed in view of all beneath the sky. He in the unchanging excellence arrayed, endless return to man's first state has made. Who knows how glory shines, yet loves disgrace, nor o'er, for it is pale. Behold his presence in a spacious vale, to which men come from all beneath the sky. The unchanging excellence completes its tale. The simple infant man in him we hail. And what I got out of that was very interesting. The first part of it mentions having that manhood or that strength, but yet retain this softness of the feminine. It talks about accepting the bad and the good. It talks about returning to the childlike nature, where we didn't have all the stories that we have. We didn't think things of the world. We were, in a sense, pure. And that's just some of what I got from that portion right there. And I really need to take some time to ponder it. It's very good. And that's just one section. I could sit here and read you all 81 of these, but that would take hours, maybe an hour to do, based on my reading pace and everything. But if I sit back, I got a few lessons in that section right there. Was probably one of my top 3 sections. The overall text of the Dao De Jing, the way I look at it, is you have to accept the bad with the good. There are many aspects we avoid. We say, all right, we've got to take action. But sometimes you have to rest. Or, as a man, I need to be super strong and always tough. But sometimes you have to let people know how you feel. You have to empathize with them. So there are all these aspects. And when I think about it, it's really cool. Because when I look at the Tao Te Ching, I think it's the perfect challenger of thought. That, and also Zen Buddhism, which it had an influence on, are great for this. For example, right? You may have the belief in a world that's very practical, very simple. You do this and that's that. And that is the rule you have. However, what this in Zen Buddhism would say is, hey, you're not thinking enough. You're not going beyond the simplicity. You've got to discover that other portion of life. On the flip side of the coin, if you're one who's philosophical and you like to make things complicated, it takes it and it says, no, you don't know the secret. You need to be simpler. You need to live. You don't need to make things so complicated. So it's the perfect thing to challenge thought or feelings. And that's what's beautiful at the Tao Te Ching. It's not only that, it's acceptance, it's challenging of thought, it's realizing that all of us as human, right? When we look at it, we think that person is good. That person is bad. They don't have any of these other traits. However, we all have a little bit in us. A little bit of good and a little bit of bad. We have all these things. Honesty, and at times, we may lie. Doesn't mean we talk to people and tell them lies on purpose? No. But what about the story in your own head? You may lie to yourself. And so, the overarching thing for me in the Tao Te Ching is a challenging of thought and an acceptance of life. And that there's more beauty and power of life or about life than we could ever imagine. And so to cap it off in 10 minutes, that's the Tao Te Ching. I'm not going to give a book rating because I have not finished this book yet. But those are my thoughts on the Tao Te Ching. And because I'm still getting through the book, I do have questions if you watch this video. What do you think of the Tao Te Ching if you have read it? If you have not read the Tao Te Ching, what do you think about the acceptance of other people? And or the realization that the factors that we may criticize someone for actually are located within us with a tiny percentage, if nothing else. But thank you guys. Thank you for watching this. I really appreciate it. I'm really trying to work on these reviews. Questions, comments, and concerns, feel free to send them to me. Other than that, I hope you guys all have a good day.